are you just standing there with your mouth gaping? Ah, you must be stunned and at a loss for words. Understandable. It is I, after all, Fontaine's most beloved star, Verison de Fontaine. I am on a very tight schedule, so you're lucky to even get an appointment with me. Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Ugh, boring! Isn't there anything more interesting to do? Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew that people would adore me so much? Oh, it's pouring out here! Wait, the water levels aren't rising, are they? Wow, this would be the perfect location for shooting a film. The sun feels almost as hot as those stage lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing there can only be one sun. Listen, there is a disturbing growling in the wind. That's the sound of a long-forgotten sea monster having a nightmare. Huh? Why is it having a nightmare? I don't know. Because fear has to manifest itself somehow. What a wild and desolate sight! Allow me to grant you the blessing of water. Good morning. Must I really get up this early? Just let me sleep a little longer. Good afternoon. Where's my cake? What? I just had cake for breakfast? Well, I think it's been long enough. Good evening. Mademoiselle Crabaletta has been muttering me about getting in shape lately, and even said that she wanted to drag me along with her. I'm already eating much healthier than last month. I work very hard to maintain my figure. Hey, you can tell, can't you? I'm getting sleepy myself. See you tomorrow. Remember to wake me up on time. Who are these people at the tea party? Why, they are my loyal followers, of course. Alright, I suppose I'll introduce them to you. This is Mademoiselle Crabaletta, my most adorable maid, although she accidentally cuts my outfits from time to time. This is Schwenden Don Shivanaran, my reliable housekeeper who keeps my busy life in order. And finally, the one keeping everybody in line is Gentleman Usher, my loyal confidant Sean. I may have allowed you to partake in my tea party, but you still need to work hard to gain my approval. I'm very confident in my singing skills, but there aren't many pieces of music that are worthy of my vocal prowess. I hope that the creatives in the theater troupe get their act together and don't keep me waiting in vain. Given that we know each other, you may relax a little and needn't act so respectfully in my presence. Wait, what's that expression on your face? Don't tell me that you've never respected me from the very beginning. My story has already come to an end, and so the next act shall be about our story, in which case we should probably start charging double for public appearances. Ooh, I'm so happy! Once the ancient prophecy came to an end and everything was over, I fell into low spirits for a very long time. People would stand on the stage basking in the admiration of their audience, must also bear the pressures of being in the public eye and living up to everyone's expectations. But I knew very well my person wouldn't be enough, and that putting on an act of a god would be the only way to satisfy their admiration. And at the end of the day, all I ever experienced was loneliness. So there came a point where I loathed the very thought of acting and locked myself in my room. It wasn't until the moment I stood on the stage and faced the audience again that I realized the anxiety in my heart had dissipated. The reason I can stand here now before the crowd's watchful gaze is perhaps because I have finally started to act like myself. Fontaine's Opera House has seen several reforms, and with each reform, opposition was to be expected. As I remember, Crowds would often gather in the opera house making a ruckus. That one time, it became so loud my ears were ringing. I frightened them by stating, "I forbid anyone from discussing such pointless matters." I clearly remember Navia tapping his cane on the ground at the precise moment when the whole place immediately fell silent. Sometimes I can't help but inadvertently show my intimidating side. I hope my people understands. I really like the limitoires. Those creatures can glow and shine even in places where no one sees them. That's what I call a true star. If only there were an opera about the Limitor that I could literally play the role of the lovely rogue starfish on stage. Of course, I knew Linny and Lynette. I used to frequently attend the magic shows. Though they're very popular, they're still much less popular than me. Only my performances would draw a complete sellout crowd. Even standing tickets would be out. But now, I've already decided to hang up my acting career, so it's perfectly normal for my popularity to decline. I'm very grateful for Monsieur Nevelet for all the hard work he's done for Fontaine in the past few centuries. It seems he doesn't intend to investigate my crimes of deceiving the people. Anyway, we're no longer working together, and it's been a long time since I've been at the Palais Mammonia. I imagine that this is a good thing for both of us, right? Have you tried Navia's macarons? I have to admit, her skills in dessert making are comparable to mine. The design she paints on the macarons are so cute, don't you think? Not to mention the texture, the sweetness. They're truly a work of art. How does she do it? Does it really all boil down to talent? I can't believe I'm feeling a little jealous. I have to ask her for some tips next time. She's a very strong person. Strong people will always manage to keep themselves together no matter what happens, acting like everything is fine. Doing so prevents others around them from needlessly bearing additional pressure. I saw the duel between Callus and Clarande, and I can say that in this respect, Navia is becoming more and more like her father. A knave? Who's that? Oh, I've already forgotten about her. Keeping such a terrible figure like her in my mind would only give me nightmares. I've often seen Charlotte busy running back and forth lately. She still seems to be hoping to arrange an exclusive interview with me. Not to mention how many times I've refused, of course. She still hasn't given up. To be honest, her persistence makes me angry at first, but then she told me that the reason why she wanted to get an interview with me was to show the true light of me, Furina, to the public, and that people would really understand my troubles. I don't know how to respond to her kind intentions. I suppose she might be right, but for right now, I am just not ready. Ah, you're speaking of the Duke from the Fortress of Meripede? Sir Risley, correct? I haven't communicated with him much, but Navia claims he's trustworthy, so I suppose he must be a good person. Oh, come to think of it, I do remember receiving some tea from Sir Risley before. It was actually quite exquisite. I wonder who's his supplier. As I remember, Clarande isn't very talkative, but she has stood by me and protected me on several occasions, so I trust her very much. I do miss her even so slightly, but I don't have any real reason to see her now. Oh, right. I should invite her to my next tea party. Oh, you met my Patissier Supreme? Thanks to Escoffier, I used to have my picks of delectable confections, even beyond Gâteau de Bourg. Unfortunately, after everything that happened, I can no longer afford what the Palais Mammonia was paying her. Oh, don't worry, we're still in touch. I like to send her homemade dishes of mine. I even invented a new one not too long ago. Hara fruit fish jelly macaroni. Sounds good, right? Don't worry, I'll make you a plate sometime. You're interested in hearing about me? I suppose there's no helping that. After all, I was the biggest celebrity of all of Fontaine. Every day, countless journalists would be flocking around me, begging for an interview, trying to get the inside scoop of my personal life. So I had loads of experience rejecting them. Of course, I don't intend to use this experience on you, though with the right persuasion, I might be willing to exchange some of my divine secrets. Someone recently recommended me to try surfing, so I went and gave it a shot. Keeping balance on the roaring waves was a bit tricky at first, but I managed to hang on pretty quickly. Maybe I am just a natural surfer. Anyway, feeling the wind and waves up close and riding the horizon was rather amazing. You should give it a try. If you have time, could you tell me more about your journey? I would love to hear about all your fantastic stories. How should I put it? I easily feel interested in all kinds of things, but it isn't long before I get really bored. Perhaps the more easily enthusiasm spark, the more quickly it fades. But when I'm with you, I seem to constantly feel happy. It seems to be amazing. Recently, I've been wondering if I've been a little too hard on myself in the past. In my effort to maintain myself as Focalor, the god of justice, I never got the chance to enjoy my life, which is why I've become obsessed with shopping lately. I've bought many new priceless possessions, like dazzling rainbow-colored tea bags, a fully automated extendable cutlery. But in the end, I realized that most of the stuff I bought was completely useless. So I sent them all to the troops to be used as props in performances. Strange. Before I bought those things, I was certain they would have some use in my life. People love talking about the past and often regret the beautiful things that have now faded into history. They also love to talk about the future, as if they're willing to sacrifice everything for an uncertain tomorrow. I don't agree with the way of thinking, yet I also feel very envious. I once lived in a world where there was no past and no future. To cope with the anxiety, I tried to create and act out a stronger, more godlike version of myself. Over the centuries, the stronger role I tried to play gradually merged with my real self. Even I can't separate the two from time to time. But perhaps there's no need to distinguish them. Experiences of the past have formed me into who I am today, and that flawed performance has become the most important part of my life. What? The Queen's Crown still doesn't have a sequel yet? Ugh, pity. A classic like that where the justice overcomes evil never gets old. What sauce should I put in my macaroni tonight? No one complains about exquisite confectionaries, but I'll take a lot of effort to make some that I like. Listen carefully. Desserts are like an opera. Everything from choosing the characters to imagining the settings requires a lot of effort in order to make the final performance a hit. Simply put, I despise creative dishes. I have tasted many wonderful dishes throughout the years from all over the nation as well as beyond. But I will say there are some dishes that you just don't look forward to seeing again. Oh, what a rich aroma and interesting texture. I didn't expect you to be such an accomplished cook, with refined taste as well. Ugh, too ordinary. Such uninspired dishes will never have my approval. Is this what you usually eat? Ooh, seems I'll have to share some of my macaroni with you, or provide you with some recipes that are more edible. Happy birthday! Here, please take these tickets as a gift. It's a VIP seat to see Happy Day. Just don't forget to show up to the performance. What's Happy Day? Well, I wanted to keep it a surprise, but it's an opera that I have rehearsed personally. It's about a big group of people that gather together to celebrate a certain very special person. You understand now, right? Just don't forget to come. I'm really not accustomed to using a vision, and since Navia is busy most of these days, he hasn't the time to teach me. What about you, Traveler? Would you be willing to teach me? Ah, I nearly forgot. You never used a vision either, have you? The strength gained through my own hard work is truly fulfilling. Thank you for your support. That's more like it. As expected, my dazzling side comes through in any situations. I didn't know you cared about me so much. Does that mean you still need my power? But given the way that I am now, there's a chance I won't be able to give you everything you need. All you really care about is me? In that case, let us act out our future journey together.